so bad when you switch these shots so bad that the first day 2 weeks.
Welcome back to Everything Goes. I'm in the studio by myself today on a Wednesday morning. You already know what time it is. We coming to you with another week of big bets. Get ready. We got some great plays for you guys today. But before we get into that, I just want to acknowledge the fact that we definitely went 3-0 last week. Round of applause for that, and we're going to keep it going. So we're going to kick things off with Thursday Night Football. We got the Broncos traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints on Thursday Night Football. The Broncos currently sit as the favorites at -2.5. The Saints are plus money on the money line at plus 115. And I'm going to tell you guys my take on this. So the first thing that jumped off the board to me was just the simple fact that the Broncos was favored in this game, and then the fact that they're favored by almost a field goal. Like, the -2.5 is crazy right now. The fact that this is not either a pick'ems game or the Saints being favored by a point definitely is telling me that I'm taking Saints all day, every day right now in this spot. This is the perfect get-right spot for the Saints. Now, I understand they don't have starting quarterback Derek Carr, but going into the year, me being a Saints fan, I'm not the only one that felt this way. He probably wasn't going to start this whole year anyways, if we being honest. Spencer Rattler looked great last week, and I didn't come on here to be a Saints fan to talk about them in that particular way. What I am going to tell you is that the Saints is going to win this football game. So yeah, we just going to jump right over to the Broncos side, and I'm about to break it down for you. So right now we got the Broncos. They're sitting 29th in total offense. They're coming into this game with 170 passing yards a game, 101 rushing yards a game. That's not all that well, especially when you're going up against a defense like the New Orleans Saints. Now, I know what happened last week. They gave up 51 to the Bucs, but me being the Saints fan, I know that that's not going to happen this week. We have a great defense, an elite defense, as you will see in this game and many games that came prior to this, like in the Eagles game, for example. That's the type of defense that we have. That's the type of defense that's going to show up on Thursday Night Football. But even if that defense don't show up on Thursday Night Football, if they go out there and they just play average or not even to their best standards, I think they're still going to be able to slow down the Broncos because they literally have no running game. With this 101 total, that's including Bo Nix rushing yards. And we know that he's a running quarterback. He's not going to go get you 50, 60 rushing yards a game, but he can get you 30 to 40 a game if you need him to. So that's just what I'm looking at right now. They can't really move the ball on offense. They don't have no consistent wide receiver threats, in my opinion. And then with the plethora of cornerbacks that the Saints have, even if they did, we will be able to contend and compete with that. And Bo Nix on the year, like I said, we're 6 games in. He got 5 interceptions, so that's pretty clean for a rookie. But he's going to turn the ball over. I'm not going to say interception, more so a strip sack, but it's going to be a turnover on Bo Nix's part in this game for sure. So the defense is definitely going to come to play and hold up their end for the New Orleans Saints to be able to win this game. And then you go over and you look at the offensive side. Okay, they also have a rookie quarterback in Spencer Rattler, but he looked great last week. And that was without his number 1 target and essentially his number 2 target, because we know Chris Olave went out with a concussion on the first drive of the game. And then Rashid Shaheed only had 1 catch for 11 yards the whole game. And that still didn't stop him from going out and having 243 passing yards and putting up 27 points. Granted, we lost the game, but the fact that we was able to score points and he looked good without his best weapons, and he'll probably be without Chris Olave and maybe Shaheed on Thursday, but even if he is, you know who is there? Bud Means. And we haven't talked a lot about him because he hasn't gotten that opportunity, but what people fail to realize is Bud Means and Spencer Rattler, those 2 guys was getting in they reps together. That's who Spencer Rattler has been thrown to all off season and throughout the season. Not more so Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed. That's who Derek Carr has been thrown to. And you can see that in the game last week. Bud Mean gets in the game last week, 5 catches, 45 yards and a touchdown. There's no reason why he can't do that again. And then also last week, Spencer Rattler got the tight ends involved. He'll be able to do the same exact thing this week. And another thing that we're not mentioning is the monster in the backfield, Alvin Kamara at running back. And one thing I do want to add, for those of you who might mention, the Sean Payton coming back, Sean Payton revenge game, etc., etc., this is not the Sean Payton revenge game, because truth be told, when he walked out the door, we was ready for him to walk out the door. That's 1. 2, he don't know this offense. This is not his offense. This is Clint Kubiak's offense. But you know what we do know? Dennis Allen knows the type of offensive that Sean Payton likes to run. He was his defensive coordinator for all those years. Now head coach, now still running the defense. You don't think he's going to have his defense even more prepared to go against that Broncos offense? They're not going to be able to do anything. I'm telling you, like, it's really not going to go the way the odds makers think. I don't know what they thought when they was making that line. I'm telling you. Moving on to the way too early Sunday predictions. It's called way too early for a reason, but I'm telling you, I think it's a go. I think it's a green. And the pick that we're talking about today is the Eagles matched up against the Giants Sunday at 1 p.m. The Giants are at home for this game. The Eagles currently sit at -3, not 3.5, not -2.5, at -3. And I love that right now. That's going to be my play right there. Eagles -3. And I'm telling you why. The Giants are 24th in run defense. That's going to be a problem. They're allowing 106 rushing yards a game. Saquon is definitely going to have his way with that Giants defense. You don't think he circled this game just as much as the Giants are looking forward to this game and trying to get back at Saquon? He's looking forward to this game as well and trying to get back at the Giants. And he's actually on a team that has enough firepower to do so. It's another week of Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown being back healthy. Another week of Jalen and Sirianni trying to get on the same page. And what I noticed about the Eagles' defense is that they're kind of inconsistent. Some games they'll show up, then the next game they won't show up. Even though they beat the Cleveland Browns, if I'm not mistaken, it was 20-16. They held them to 16, but that was more so because of the Browns' offense. Their defense didn't look all that well, which tells me they're going to show up against the Giants. I'm telling you, they're going to show up against the Giants, and just how I think Bo Nix is going to have a fumble on the sack. Same thing with Daniel Jones. He will turn the ball over. And not just that, when Saquon starts to take control of the game and take the game over, then that's going to open up the passing lanes for Jalen Hurts, and he's going to throw the ball downfield to, a wide open A.J. Brown or hit Devontae Smith across the middle how he did last week. He's not going to have to drop back and make plays and roll to his left or roll to his right every time he steps on the field. So I just think the Eagles are going to handle this game. And again, because of the way that they beat the Browns and because they only beat the Browns by 4 points and the Giants took care of the Browns, that's why this line is so low, which is it's crazy. This is another one that you got to jump on this right now. I'm telling you, Eagles -3, that is the play for this one. Moving on to the final pick of the day for Sunday Night Football. We got the Jets matching up with Pittsburgh. And so I was going to leave this game alone until I looked at my phone last night. And I saw that the Steelers might be starting Russell Wilson. They giving him all the first team reps in preparation for him to start. Why is he starting? I don't know why. Are we thankful that he's starting? Yes. Because he is starting, I'm taking Jets money line. I'm telling you. So one, I'm not a big fan of the Jets. I just won money. I just had Bills in the over. That was what, Monday Night Football? Yeah. Just had Bills in over when they beat the Jets. I'm not a big fan of the Jets, but I love the Jets in this spot. But yeah, I got Jets money line for a few reasons. One, first starting with the fact that they traded for Devontae Adams. Now, I don't think they're Super Bowl contenders with that trade, but they're definitely a better team than they was 48 hours ago. So that's one. Two, Aaron Rodgers is much happier, and he looked great on Monday Night Football. Now, I had his over on passing yards, but I didn't think he would go out there and do that. Now, he don't even have to go out there and do that. If he gives them even 65-70% of what he did on Monday night, and then Breece Hall can run the ball like that efficient with Braden Allen, also his backup running back who can also run the ball and get things done on the ground. I think he had a touchdown as well. He had a touchdown that game. Breece didn't even score that game. So Breece will be scoring against the Steelers. That's another play if you want to put that in. He will be scoring against the Steelers, and he's going to be running the ball a lot, and he's going to get his rushing yards. And when the Jets decide to drop back, they're either going to hit him with a quick pass to Garrett Wilson or over the top with Lazard, Devontae Adams. Like, it's going to be a field day. Not saying that the Steelers defense isn't good. We know what that defense is. But at the end of the day, if your offense is going out there and stalling out against that Jets defense, something is going to have to give. And I do predict that they're going to stall out because, one, Justin Fields don't throw with anticipation as much as he should. So if he is the one that start with them late throws, he's most likely going to throw an interception. And then if he's throwing balls late and they're off target, Mike Tomlin is not going to let him throw the ball no more. They're going to start changing up the type of plays that they're calling, which is just going to work even more to the Jets' advantage. They're going to start throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage with screen plays or quick slants over the middles or dump balls to the running back. And the Jets, that's just going to eat up the clock. That's one. Two, the Jets are going to stop them from scoring. And three, when the Jets get the ball, they're going to score. So I just don't see a way the Steelers win this game. Don't matter who start, but definitely a Russ start. Jets money line all day, every day. And that's going to wrap it up for me. Hopefully we can continue the streak. Another 3-0 week. Fingers crossed. I'll catch you guys in the next one.